prepare for trouble, and make it double. So, today we have two IBM ThinkPads, or ThinkPads. This is an IBM ThinkPad X40, and this is a Lenovo ThinkPad X61S. Now, this machine in particular has been with me for quite some time, and you'll see that it has in a little bit, because one of the fans is missing, the other fan is dying. This is not the original screen. Essentially almost everything in this laptop was replaced at some point. And, yeah, that's what makes ThinkPads really special, in my opinion, is the fact that I can still use this after, abusing it for, I don't know how long now. 8, 9 years. This has been through a lot, and I haven't always been as gentle with my technology as I have become. So yeah, this is a very special computer to me, just because of how much it's been through and how I've been able to use it for so long. It's not my daily anymore. That's my MacBook, but yeah. So, what are we going to do today? Well, today I actually have a very special plan for us. And that is the fact that we are going to be reinstalling Windows on both these. Windows XP on the X40 and Windows 7 on the X61S. Now, the X40 already has Windows XP on it, but I am reinstalling it given that this installation is super, super old. Probably not original to the computer, but it's getting up there in age. At least 15 years old, probably older. And this, the X61S just has Windows 10 installed on it, but I don't really want to keep Windows 10 on it, so I'm putting Windows 7 on it, because Windows 7 is actually what I used on my X61S for the most part. So, let's get started. So, this is the X40. I'll just hit the power button to get booted up, and I'll go into the boot picker. Last I checked, this had a bad, that CD drive is quite loose. Last time I checked, this had a bad, CMOS battery, so it might not be entirely accurate with the time. So anyway, I'm just gonna go from that, and then it's been a while since I've done an XP install. But so yeah. Let's see if I can get in any closer. Only a little, but you may notice that this is actually different looking from my earlier videos, and that's because I am using my Nikon D3300 as the filming camera, as opposed to an assortment of mini DV, 8mm, and VHS camcorders. And this will be edited on a computer that you'll see a video about after this video is released. So yeah, right now it's just loading everything. One fun thing that I've noticed about all of these is that the hard drive indicator light actually is not a hard drive activity indicator. It is an activity indicator for the currently selected boot disk, whether that be a USB flash drive, a CD, or a hard drive. And eventually I would like to get an SSD put in this, but this uses 1.8-inch hard drives, which means that would be, sort of difficult. But I do intend to put an SSD in this at some point. And I guess I'll come back once this is finished loading files, if it's not finished in the next 30 seconds, because I just don't feel like sitting around and waiting with my camera running. But it's loading. Oh, yeah, it just finished. It won't find any previous versions, but we'll find the same version. Don't repair. Delete. Return. Create. Quick format is fine. Yeah, it's been a while since I've installed Windows XP. It'll be interesting to see what sort of issues arrive, because there's most always issues with my stuff. Yeah, I guess now I will come back to this when it's when something happens, because right now it's just copying files. So yeah. And while that's working, we can put Windows 7 on, or we can start Windows 7 being put on this. So, same procedure. Let's see. Fan error. That's what I was talking about. So then, just copy Windows 7. And there spins up the bad fan. The dying fan. But this shouldn't actually take much time at all, because if I remember correctly, Windows 7 setup actually boots faster than Windows XP setup. So I'll just zoom in. And if my camera battery dies during this, I am very sorry. I will need to I'll need to charge it again. and I only have this battery. So I guess actually to save on battery, because my battery is running low, I will, I'll come back when this is all booted. And so here we have Windows 7 set up, and this is not my intention, but this is a neat little comparison between the two, actually. But yeah, yeah, the fan is still making its noise. And actually, the majority of these indicators do not work because, as I mentioned, this screen is not original. Let's see, advanced drive options. Nah, I'll just format it. And I'm sorry about the bad lighting. I guess the screen is going at full brightness. And so yeah, now this is running, and I will come back on both of these when something happens. So this computer is rebooting now, and now it's going to boot into the graphical part of the setup, I'm pretty sure, because this is how these older versions of Windows did things. If they had an initial text-based part of the setup that copied the essential files, and then after the base system was copied, they would then go into the graphical part of the setup. Yep. And it is estimating setup will complete in approximately 39 minutes. So yeah, the next time one of these has something interesting to show, I will come back. So, on this, the installation was interrupted by the infamous region and language options screen. And all that looks right. The only thing I will change is I like my time format to be 24 hours. So I will change that. And just apply that. Okay, product key time, I will come back after. There's the fan error because my other computer just rebooted. So it's time for the product key, which means I will come back after I type in the product key. Okay, and we are back. So now it's asking me for the computer name, which I've already come up with names for both of these computers, so I just need to find out what name this is. I think I know, but I just want to be sure. And right now I'm on my iBook. And yes, I was correct. Also, interesting note, TextEdit, the default macOS 10 text editor, can render HTML. Okay, so now and password time, so I will come back after I finish typing the password. Okay, so now I will set my time. And so yeah. Now it's probably just going through installing stuff, which means that we get to focus on this one a little more. So yeah, I'll be back once this finishes booting up and installing and stuff. Okay, so now this is ready, so yeah, I'll go through these prompts. I'm not sure there's a whole lot I can show because there will be the password and then like some other stuff that, like the product key. But then after that, I'll come back once this is entirely finished set up. And we are back. Sorry for kicking the tripod, but recommended settings for that, central time, and so yeah. Here we have Windows 7 about ready, and Windows XP is on the step of finalizing installation. It's saving the settings right now, so yeah, pretty soon. And here we have Windows 7. So for this specifically, I'll need to go through Windows Update to install all the updates. So, like, once I can get it connected to the network, so yeah, that, I'll be working on that, and then for this one, I'll come back when this is done, and then I can, start working on setting this up too. And so here is Windows XP, first time set up. I don't know what resolution it's running at. Doesn't look to be 1024 by 768, which I know is what this panel is, so that means it's probably 800 by 600, but you never know. I do have all of the drivers that I need loaded onto this flash drive. And it looks like we don't have sound. I don't need automatic updates. So yeah, this is a pretty cool out-of-box experience, honestly. I've only experienced it twice, but you know, it's really cool. And so yeah, here's Windows XP. So yeah, for both these computers I will take my time and configure them as I please, and then I will come back and show off the finished result. And I am back. As you can see, this laptop is entirely set up, with all the drivers installed and everything. as you can see, it's running Windows 7 Professional, as I installed. It is completely updated. So yeah, there's not a whole lot I have to say about this system necessarily. It's, you know, it's just sort of a Windows 10 or Windows 7 system I set up to use in case I either wanted to use Windows 7 or needed to use Windows 7 for something. So, yeah. So there's that system. And here is the other one. Now this computer is the computer that I was really wanted to set up first, and that's because this computer is running Windows XP, which allows me to use it with some of my older equipment that doesn't necessarily play nicely with the newer hardware and software that I normally use. And one of those pieces of equipment is my Roland SC-880, which, this is more the software's fault than anything, but it doesn't really like, Windows 10. So, yeah, this is what I was primarily working. This was my main goal. This was a nice bonus, and, yeah, I'm really happy to have both of these running good, systems now, because, now I just have a good variety of systems to run any software I might need to run. So, MIDI files. Demo. Let's see. Yes. There would be here. And let me just check the MIDI mapper to make sure that's correct. Yep, the MIDI mapper is set correctly, so next. And I forgot to turn on my speaker, so I'll just turn on my speaker, and and there we go. And actually, I want to thank a very close friend of mine for helping me, because, she helped gather the updates for this computer, and actually helped troubleshoot a driver issue with this computer. The wireless card driver wasn't working. And she also troubleshooted some Windows update issues with this computer, so I'll leave links to her channels in the video description, because she makes really good content. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and there should be another video coming up pretty soon on a mystery computer, that I just received a few days ago, and I thank you for watching, and have a good evening.